Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot1025fm.com.
Peace.
Yo, I got nothing.
Peace.
Check.
Yeah. You know what time it is. We are live right here on Hot 702.5 FM. This is Craft Conversations, episode 131. Remember, this show focuses on current topics in the culture, including but not limited to art scene, music scene, more specifically hip-hop, the foodie scene, and, of course, the craft beer scene. These are opinionated topics that stem from bar talk with the homies, and it's all fueled by extremely dope-ass craft beers.
Always dope.
What's on your palate segment, real quick, get that out the way. You know that this show is fueled off of these craft beers, so we do what's on your palate segment, and we let you know what tops we popping every Saturday when we sipping, and if you're watching, make sure you hit us in the comments. Join in on conversation, let us know what y'all drinking on this lovely afternoon. Hot.
It's getting hot out here, bruh. It's getting hot. Thank goodness we got these refreshing craft beers.
Word up. I have a head case by Mother Earth Brewing Company. This is a hazy IPA, Project X, beer and art endeavor. Boom.
Dope.
And you, sir, have...
I got two different kinds today. First, I got the classic Huddle Brewing Company. Shout out to Huddle. I got the High Hatter. It's a Hefeweizen. It's pineapple. Look like it's a little sour right here. There go the artwork. I'm loving the artwork on this stuff. And then the second one I got here is a Pale Ale. Right here, 8.5 on the Richter from Tenaya Creek Brewery. It's actually my first time getting one of theirs, so I'm excited to try it. It's a Monsoon India Pale Ale, and you gotta love that graphic on there. She riding a tiger. That's my spirit animal. So
very cool folks over there. Shout out to my friends over at Tenaya. We just got corrected.
Somebody said it was
very
Tenaya.
smooth and swiftly. I did. I said Tenaya, and they said no, nigga.
Get it right.
Tenaya.
Get it right.
Yeah, it's your man, LaRon MC.
It's your boy, K. Bridges, K. Bridges, if you're writing it down.
And we up in this thing today. I don't care.
Well, you know what's on my mind.
I don't care. He's old.
Oh, man. You talking about the bear?
I poke bears. I don't respect someone until they come and give me 40.
Yeah. See, you're not supposed to poke a goat, even if you will poke a bear.
Poking goats? You want to get that double kick to the chin? Shout
out to Dylan Dynasty, a.k.a. Dylan Bricks.
Bricks.
Coming straight out to... What that? No, that's not Music City.
Memphis
ain't Music City.
Nah. I fuck with M-Town. That's that's family out there, man. But
tell them to get their boy. Get your
boy in line. What's D Bricks? Where you from? Canada or some shit? No. I mean,
I actually don't know. That just be hella funny.
Yeah, I think that nigga is Canadian.
That would be hilarious. I actually don't know. I'm gonna look that up.
D Bricks out there. Y'all watching the playoffs? Who watching the playoffs? Man. Anybody watching the playoffs? We gonna get to your team.
You talking about the hockey playoffs? Sharks just won their first series.
Yeah,
the Sharks. The Knights just won their first series.
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing
Number
about
one
it.
seed. Hey, they on their way to a cup. Shout out to NHL.
They on their way.
They on their way, man.
I don't know.
One down, two to go.
I never tapped into hockey, yo. I've been hearing this, It
take a while when you never played it coming up. You ain't exposed to it. all the rules is hella random, right? Like you got to really sit down, have somebody really teach you the rules. It's exciting just to watch, though. If you're really looking at the players, it's one of the most athletic sports, I think, because you got these dudes. They bout down there, some of them biggest football players, but they all graceful out there. Obviously, they ain't
graceful
tackling. Yeah, bruh, it's crazy how graceful these niggas is, being how big and burly they is, bruh. But if
that's
you look
a crazy
at their footwork,
term to use on hockey players, though.
Right? Hey, they refs, they got the most athletic refs out of all the major four sports, nigga. Just watch a hockey ref for about 5 minutes. This nigga be having a pirouette, jump over the puck and shit. Be getting out the way. These niggas be back skating and shit. I'll be like, y'all niggas is
with the
crazy.
Pirouette.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, hockey
what is that, a ballerina move?
Yep, the little spin around.
Look at that. Look at that.
Right.
I guess having 3 girls, I want to know something about that.
I guess they call it a double axel and figure skate.
Why do you know so much about figure skating?
My mom used to watch that back in the days with Chrissy Yamaguchi and all that back in the day. My mom was
names
on
and shit
that.
too. I don't know none of them.
Oh, they let Hall of Fame figure skating.
Oh shit. Yo.
Yeah, well, I guess I got to expand the audience a little bit.
Man.
But you don't remember it used to be hot back in the day, though? Like, when the Olympics was up, the Winter Olympics, it was a big-ass deal, the figure skate competitions. Like, late 90s, early 2000s. It ain't been hot in probably, like, over 10, 15 years.
I was getting out the gym in the late 90s. I don't even know what was happening.
Right.
Just trying to stay alive, shit.
Right, yeah, it was all kind of drama, like Chrissy Yamaguchi and this other one, I forget what her name was, but they was going at it, and one of them tried to break the other one's leg. It was all kind of drama.
Oh, shit, you talking about Tanya Harding?
Tanya Harding, yeah, and Chrissy Yamaguchi, man. It was
I remember the Tanya Harding story.
Mm-hmm. And then they had this one black girl who was hella dope back in the day, but she got disqualified because she was hitting backflips on the ice.
She was like y'all player, Jaja Pachulia, whatever that nigga's name was.
The Warriors?
Yeah.
Back in the day. Hey,
Zaza fucked up.
He was our hitter, bro. He just went out and just hit people.
That nigga was an assassin.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That was super loud.
Yeah.
That nigga fucked up Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, because Kawhi Leonard landed on him. Like, he didn't go straight to his ankles like that, but I seen the play.
Big Scotty Bono.
Not much. I can barely hear you.
Hold on. Let me see if I'm getting this.
Yo, Big Scotty, what's going on, brother? Guess he still can't hear.
Can you hear?
Yeah, barely.
Barely. You there?
Yeah, you want me to call the station line? We got a pod today, baby.
Yeah. Call the station line.
All right.
All right, yeah, we're going to get professional.
Wait, hold up. Nigga hung up.
Yeah, but yeah, we get back to basketball, man. But figure skating was hot back in the day. But man, hey man, LeBron looked like he wasn't finna lose that game yesterday, bro.
Everybody showed up.
After that, the disrespect.
Everybody showed up. That's what's so dope about it, man. Because D-Lo, man.
Basketball's an emotional sport like that, bro.
Yo, like, D-Lo did his thing, yo. AD did his thing on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm. What's been crazy about all these teams is all these teams kind of be hot and cold. They have games where they off and games where they just hella on, overpowered.
Do we got you now, brother? Pause.
Yes, sir.
This is everything got to be a pause.
Hey, man, you just got to throw it out there.
You never know, bro.
Yeah, sometimes it stick where it stick.
Yeah, bro, you nailed it.
Pause. Nah, yo, motherfucker.
Scotty, what's going on, brother, man?
What's that nigga name?
Who?
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
On Inside the NBA, he was talking and he was like, yo, these young kids.
The 40-year-olds coming.
Yo, he said, them young boys coming. And Shaq, like, you gotta say pause. What's good, Scotty?
Hey man, I'm with y'all, man. What we on right now? What we fighting about?
Oh man, we just got started, bro.
We're talking a little about this NBA shit, man.
We was talking about Dylan. Dylan Brooks.
I did my Dylan Brooks impersonation a little earlier. I don't care.
He old.
He's old. I poke bears.
Hey man, Dylan Brooks trying to be a villain that he ain't.
And then he cried about.
And then he was ducking media fucking conversations after the last loss before this one. It's like, bro, come on, you can't duck the smoke.
I ain't gonna clown the fool for ducking media because Ja just did it.
Well, he talked last night.
Yeah,
The night before.
The night before he did duck.
The game before.
That's the climb up the chimney. I want all the smoke.
Hey,
so
man,
climb
they
up
made
the
that
chimney
one-
looking for smoke.
Them Lakers said we ain't worried about who. They was up by damn near 40 on them.
They won by 40.
They won by 40 exactly, bro. So they dropped 40 on them like Dylan Brooks asked them to.
They made some niggas put the sticks down.
Right. It was a lot of 40s, man.
Oh, you heard they was blasting "Whoop That Trick" in the locker room after the Lakers.
Yeah, you seen D-Lo do that gay-ass dance. Oh, dang, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, you can't do that,
I know.
Wait, why the dance gotta be gay though?
Oh, man.
Recover.
Recover. Clean up.
All right, guys, this is our last week's pod, and it's been great.
For real.
Word. So, what's your predictions?
Oh man, like honestly, I don't have one. My homie, you remember my homie Dave? He gave me a good prediction. He was like, whoever win the next series between Boston and who Boston got to play next?
Philly. They playing Philly.
Whoever win that series, winning the chip. And I think that.
I don't think the East going because the West is more of a gauntlet right now because you got champions and MVPs everywhere, bro. You got Philly versus Sixers. None of them won rings. Everybody in the West that's left, besides Sacramento, if they come out, which they won't, but if they do, everybody else got rings, bro. So
I don't know how ready the Celtics are, man. Ice Trey gave them.
Go ahead, my bad.
Ice Trey gave them some business, and it shouldn't. He shouldn't have. They should have blew them out.
yeah, they can get a little lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if Sac continue playing how they played last night, everybody in trouble.
Yo, you on speaker?
Oh man, they gonna have to make
Hold on, real quick. You on speaker?
Yeah, you need to take that off.
Yeah, you gotta get off. We can't hear you that well.
How's that?
There we
that's
go.
way better.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't even know it was that bad.
My bad. I'm in the car. I'm on the side of the road.
I couldn't tell that it was that bad either.
For sure.
Word.
But I give it up to Sac, bro. Them boys came out swinging on us, man. I'm a Warriors fan, so I
Swinging
say
with a
us.
fractured finger.
Yeah, they came out busting.
Fox out there slapping niggas.
Guns loaded. Yeah, they got us, bro. But I'm excited for the last game. It ain't the first time we had to win a Game 7 on the road. But shit, if we lose this one,
What happened to Game 6 Clay?
he wasn't there, bro.
He didn't show up.
He didn't show up. He was almost.
Almost don't count. Brandy
Yeah.
told you that a long
It
time
didn't
ago.
work. It didn't work, bro.
Almost don't do it.
Man, Jordan Poole fucked up the whole
we
rhythm of
gotta
the game, but I ain't gonna put it on that boy like that.
What'd you say, yo?
We got to sample that now.
Yeah. If was a spliff.
Smoking all day.
Word.
Yeah, it's good, but no, I think the West is a bigger gauntlet than the East right now, bro. You got the Knicks and the Heat is the other ones they got to go through it to the
Hey,
Eastern Conference.
Jimmy's been outstanding.
As an individual, he's one of the most beastiest players in the league right now, bro. In terms of mentality, everything, even tool wise, nigga. Like, you don't look quite as pretty, nigga, as like some of these niggas, but he go
Beastiest,
crazy.
huh?
He go crazy.
The most beastiest.
Yeah, pause. The most beastiest.
Who coming out the West, Scotty?
Phoenix.
Possibility.
Phoenix coming out the West.
Possibility.
I think Western Conference Finals honestly gonna be Warriors and Nuggets, bro. But I could just be talking craziness.
I don't know,
Because the Nuggets look pretty good, bro. Don't nobody really care about them, but they look pretty good. The Nuggets, they look.
They always look good in the regular season, and then they get eliminated in the first. They make it through the first round and get eliminated in the second round. So they coming up on they normal limit now, being in the second round.
They kind of like where Giannis was a couple years ago, where that team been together.
So let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick.
Ooh, that gentleman.
Scotty, did you see the Giannis commentation when he was talking to the reporters?
Yeah, I've read a bunch of different things about that, and I'm kind of agreeing with the people that's saying, yeah, that's actually a failure. That's what they paying you to do. Win championships. You didn't reach that goal. You failed the goal.
for this season.
Well, if that's the case, then you saying it's 29 failures every year, right?
That was Giannis's point, right? So
Right.
you heard what Giannis said,
I
right?
heard it, yeah.
Just for the people if they didn't hear it. So Giannis was saying that
After he got
ended up,
bounced.
what I thought was really cool was he had the maturity to reel himself back when he was about to personally attack like the reporter
Right.
on like some regular, life shit. And he
Right.
like, yo, so you work your job to get a promotion, to
So do you get
buy
promoted
houses,
every day?
take care of your
Or
family.
get promoted
every year.
every
So he said
Yeah.
that's what you work for in your job. If you don't get a promotion that year or you're not able to do such and such and such, is that a failure? And he said his response was no. So he like, yo, I don't consider this a failure. Now, Shaq had a point about being military raised and his parents telling him like, if you don't, it's either succeed
It's win or lose, yeah.
fail. But Giannis is coming from motherfucking selling shit on the streets of Greece,
Being
dirt
homeless,
poor, yeah,
you
you know what I'm saying? And that's so I don't. There's a different gauge, I think.
So what about his actual main point, right? Which was it took Michael Jordan, and he was in his 9th year when he won the first
that's
time,
consistent
right?
with his main point, though.
Was the other 8 years before that, were they all failures? And you seen in the comments, like, yeah, MJ fans don't want to hear that one. But then, if you think about it, would Michael Jordan call it a failure? Probably. If you really think about it, he would probably say, yeah, I failed those years. You think he would have been like, nah, it was just steps in the process? I don't know.
I don't really care what Jordan thinks.
I'm glad. Well, come on. Well, that's what we use in a comparison, right?
Here we go.
I did that for Scotty.
Irrelevant.
Who gives a fuck what Jordan thinks at a time like this?
Jordan didn't think about none of us.
Right.
My bad. You know what I like about cats like Giannis, and I'll even say like a Steph Curry, right? Like these cats, the way their beast mentality isn't not focused on self necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of great players is like, I want to be the greatest to ever do it, right? But you get a cat like Giannis, you really get to sense that he's real like community oriented. Like if his people ain't winning, he ain't winning type of mentality. So I think he was really trying to take that for the whole team and be like, you can't call us failures when everybody on this team been trying their ass off, and like I'm not gonna let you say that we failed. Like that's kind of how I took it because of how his mentality is.
It don't matter how you took it. Do you agree?
I agree
with
yeah.
the parameters
I agree
of
with
what he said was failures.
I do agree.
Okay, and Scotty, you don't.
No, you were number 1 seed. You just what was they 8 seed?
Yeah, they lost to they lost to a
They
play-in
definitely
team.
failed on paper.
When they the first play-in team to knock out like a number 1 seed or some shit.
Yeah, I mean Giannis was out 2.5 games.
Giannis was out 2 games.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah. My bad. So I go on for this. What was your goal at the beginning of the season? Did you reach that goal? If no, you failed to reach your goal. You failed.
Kenny Smith made a good point too, where it was like having everything that like all the ingredients that you need to achieve whatever the goal is. He tried. So is that a cop out?
Yes.
They're saying because he had the ingredients.
He didn't have all the ingredients.
He didn't have the ingredients. Okay. Well, then why was?
He is there. He's the main ingredient.
I mean, we can agree that
he's the main ingredient, but I mean, you can't.
From the outside looking in, the expectation is they're supposed to win this year, or at least compete, be in the
The
finals.
expectation
like that,
for
right?
every team at that level is that they're supposed to win this year, but only one team can win.
Right. So y'all would say those are failures when you don't, even if you get close, even if you're in position, you don't get it, it's a fail.
I think okay, I'm on the fence about the shit because I think that it's cake mixing at some point to where like there are successes and there are failures. If you're gonna fail at something, you can't take it like somebody called you a bitch ass nigga. And I feel like that's what Giannis took it as, like it was a personal attack, like failure. The connotation
My
of
nigga just
failing.
went 38 and 12.
Let me finish.
He like, did you fail?
Can I finish? The connotation of failing something is such a negative thing that people, you know what I'm saying, to where he felt like it was an attack on him because he responded like it was an attack on him.
I feel like it kind of, maybe the attack is too strong of a word, but it's definitely an unwarranted criticism right after the man he went 38-12. You know what I'm saying?
But he didn't win.
He didn't win, but it's like.
So if win is the ultimate goal.
No, take the bitter with the sweet. Number 1 seed, best record in the NBA. You got bounced.
Yeah.
73-9. That year that the Warriors lost that shit, that season it was a failure, right?
Horribly. We failed horribly.
Yes.
But that was also a huge step in the process. Without that year, without that failure, we probably don't become a dynasty, to be honest. So, like, that's what I'm saying
that's
about
neither here nor there.
No,
it's the perception.
That's his whole point. That was Giannis' whole point.
No, but I'm saying, are you saying that makes you jumping from point to point?
Did you?
It's a close cut situation. Yes. Is it a failure or is it not a failure?
I'm saying it's not a failure because
Okay.
I'm looking at it from the bigger picture.
Why you can't just be like, I'm saying it's not a failure and that's the end?
Because I'm looking at it like Giannis looking at it. I agree with him. It's not a failure.
But you just said that the Warriors were a failure from 73-9.
Yeah, to me. But if I was to use, because emotionally it was a failure to me because I remember that Kyrie shot.
Is it a failure or is it not a failure?
It's not a failure overall. If I got to pick one, no, it's not.
Giannis is not a failure, but the Warriors is.
If I got to pick one, I'll say the Warriors are not. I just feel some
you
kind
just
of
said
way.
that they
I
was.
just feel that way emotionally.
Okay.
I feel that way. I would say that, but I don't think that's actually correct if you were using the same terms I'm using for Giannis. I would say it's not. Because, again, we don't get 3 more rings if we don't have that season. But that season, to me, I felt like we failed.
Yo, this nigga is – yo, Scotty, do you hear this?
Man.
It's not a failure. It's a failure.
He over there capitulating like a
All right. It's not a failure, but it's a failure. And if it is a failure, then it's a failure because of a failure, but it's not a failure.
It's like if you lose.
No,
right, that's what I just said. Is it a failure or no?
It's like the difference between you could lose a battle and win the war. Is that capitulation? If you lose a battle but you win the war, is that capitulation?
It a failure or no?
The answer is no because you win the war. So no.
No. So no, right?
No, it's not a failure. No, it's not.
Now you're saying several no's. But when I asked him if the Warriors was a failure, he said yes. And then he said, all right, let's move on. Yeah. We're going to go around.
You can lose a battle but win the war. You feel like a failure in the battle but not in the war when you win it all.
All right, sir.
I know when I'm being manipulated.
Right. This nigga over here, the black Donald Trump and shit.
Hey, man, I'm too political for y'all right now.
Nah, you too political for yourself, nigga. You talking yourself in a circle.
Oh, hey, you got to convince myself before I convince anybody else, nigga.
Got me over here dizzy from
I know, right? Yo, man.
Hey, and that's how you really win the war. Keep them guessing.
All right, Scotty, let's do it, man. Pause.
Oh, my God.
Pause.
Man.
Let's do it.
Super pause.
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Man, get off that woman back. She saved her son.
Okay, now tell me why. Tell me how you feel.
What are we talking about?
Snowfall. We done ran into some waters, some murky waters, man.
Can we get some context real fast?
You would have
He wasn't about to give him nothing. That was a setup.
Okay, I agree with that, but I don't agree with her. I don't. You know what? I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm gonna say. All right. First of all, let's backtrack for a second before we even do that. The last episode of Snowfall.
Spoiler alert.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, shit. If you ain't watched it, then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm trying to follow. Trust me.
Is listening?
I'm trying
I don't know
to
if she
follow.
watched it yet. If you're listening,
Can we get a 30-second scenario so we can kind of tune in?
We about to do spoiler alert. So, oh, there she go. You're not listening, are you? Did you watch Snowfall? No. Not that. Yeah, you got to leave. We about to talk. We about to dig into this shit.
Snowfall on FX.
So, last episode first, and then we'll backtrack. What are your opinions on the last episode?
I think the last episode was magnificent. I love how they close everything. And understand, like, for the world listening, I'm a TV editor. I don't necessarily need everything in the bow tie. I like having situations where I got to draw conclusions.
Bro, you trying to pull a rank early?
Huh?
You trying to pull a rank early?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
You trying to pull a rank on me early? I'm a TV editor.
No,
so I know.
I'm just saying for the people, my analysis might be way different than people. Like, this is what I do.
Word.
So what I'm saying is everything in that last episode shit was poetic as fuck. Even going back to that store where we saw him, that 12 grand. That's what that first brick cost him.
Right.
Like everything they did tied it up. Like he let that man go with that money, and then I just came up with something else. That's even a full circle moment. He didn't care or kill Peaches over that money because he wasn't addicted. That addiction just grew. That man had an addiction.
You talking about Peaches or you talking about Frank?
I'm talking about Franklin.
And his addiction was to?
Money and power.
Why power, though?
And that's the thing. I don't even think it was as much power as it was money.
Because I keep hearing everybody say he was addicted to power, and now I don't get that.
That type of money bring a lot of power.
$73 million, bro, ain't nothing to sneeze at. Niggas will go crazy over $73 million, bro.
I ain't cutting my mama off over it. And then again, everybody got a different relationship with their mama.
Right.
I don't think I could cut my mama off for $73 million.
I could.
Everybody got a different relationship with their mama.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Hey, I love you, mama.
Mama, I love you. POP, hold
right,
it down.
POP, hold it down. Yeah.
I could cut my mama off for $73.
I love mama, man. I wouldn't be here without mama.
I mean, you could throw her a couple mil back.
Right, but 73 mil in a quiet envelope or a couple mil for mama, like she understand. But her killing...
Y'all talking about taking her out?
Her killing Ted, nah, man.
Oh, okay.
Her killing Teddy in public to spend the rest of her life in jail was her saving Franklin? I'm just trying to make sure I get your take correct.
Yes. See, but I'm going a little deeper than that. She peeped that Teddy was on something. That's what I think.
I don't think so. I think at that particular moment, like, it made no sense to me. First of all, because I don't look at the show as a realistic situation, right? Like, I understand that it can be a realistic situation or like whatever it was based off of. I understand all of that. I'm looking at it strictly from a emotional viewer connected to certain characters that I connected to during the course of watching the show. So there might be like two different opinions that I have of the show. Like if I can separate my, I guess, fandom, for lack of better words, of the show as opposed to like realistically thinking about how I would respond in certain situations. I understand that we got OGs who may have, and I don't think none of these that I know of were like 73 mil up. That's a whole nother stratosphere up. Franklin was flying planes. Franklin was smart as fuck the whole time and all of that other shit. Now, originally, I think we sat too long on not being able to talk about this because I had a perception of it immediately after watching it, and then I went back against my word and I watched like clips and stuff from the last episode, and I got another perspective of it that wasn't clouded by like my fandom of the show. Word.
Okay.
So when Franklin said that he was free, I felt that. Like on a bunch of different levels, right? You know, all the shit he had to do, the people he had to kill, the shit he had to put in place, in motion for him to be able to make that $73 million, and the feds on his ass, you know what I'm saying, CIA, he worried about people killing him this, that way, and the other. I just, on a personal level, didn't like the fact that, you know, he got to be bummed out at the end of it. But I understand it based off of me hearing the passion in him saying that he free. Like it was a moment that connected. You know what I'm trying to say?
So he devolved, just like he devolved a lot of people in his neighborhood based on what he was doing. Like he made a lot of people become what he became.
That's true.
Now, everybody gonna say, nobody make them smoke crack. If people want to smoke crack, he would have made money. Okay, but people do. And the hustler's MO is, if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it.
Why not be me?
Huh?
Why not be me? That's the mentality, right?
Right. So he became everything he did not want to become. Your greatest fears sometimes become what.
But why?
Your greatest fears
But why did he
are
become
what you
that though?
eventually become.
But why did he become that though?
He was free. He said. He told you.
No. I'm saying there were a bunch of things that led up to him even being placed in the position to where he had to decide, yo, I'm gonna take this route in order to get freedom, because that originally he wasn't trying to. That wasn't the route he was thinking about taking at all. Originally, he wanted to ride off into the sunset with his 73 mil and turn all the dirty shit into real estate, which is what he was doing.
Oh, you just made me think of another point. Watch this. Nobody that smoked crack plan on losing it all.
So what are you saying? He was smoking money? He was smoking money and power? Is that what you're saying? That was his drug of choice?
Your addiction will make you lose focus of the greater goal.
No, but he was on his way to the greater goal until he started getting fucked raw dog by certain people.
But he could have backed out. If he wasn't addicted to that one thing, he could have took that 12 G's, bought another key, and got it back up.
Nah, you're not trying to do that again, man. With all the killing and shit he had to do with that first run around the sun.
If I did it once, I could do it again.
I don't know, man. I think those are really extremely dangerous situations and circumstances. I think after, if you ask me, really, I think Louis did a whole.
Louis was the downfall.
Yeah.
Louis was the crutch of everything.
Okay, we agree on that.
Yeah. If Louis never go to Teddy, we're not here.
Right.
But everybody want to be top dog.
So, are we in agreement that Louis had an addiction to power? More so than money.
Louis was more power than money.
Yeah, so, okay,
Franklin
good.
was more money than power.
Right. All right, I can take that.
Yeah, we in agreement.
Okay, cool.
This don't make for good pie, and we agreeing. No, son, I disagree.
No, so I don't know, man. Like, I think it was an outstanding show. I've been watching a lot of Rick Ross like interviews and shit, and then I did some information that came to me that it wasn't necessarily completely about Rick Ross. I heard it had started about being about Rick Ross in the beginning, like the first season, and then it kind of started. John Singleton had an uncle or somebody, man, and he was mirroring life off of that and some other stuff.
It's still TV, and you got to make TV.
Right.
So regardless of how anybody feel about that last episode, I feel like the one thing you can't say, that was intriguing, and the writers did a good job.
It was an outstanding episode. Yeah, it was an outstanding episode. It was very dope. It was very well written. Everything about it was dope, in my opinion. It's just from an emotional level. You know what I'm saying? That's how my initial, like me and Pooh, when we was watching the last episode, our initial reaction, because we was fucking with Franklin Pause. Like when Franklin went and robbed Louis in them spot, killed them niggas at the joint, like we rooting for that shit. Like, yeah, Frank, turn up. When they
made us root for a villain.
Nah, but the whole show about villains. We just picked a villain to root for. The main villain who's, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's a good perspective. I like that perspective.
Yeah, they all villains.
For the villain to not be a villain anymore.
Right. And I understand there's no honor amongst thieves on a real life format of it. Like you gotta understand that when you in that lifestyle, you're gonna get stabbed in the back by people that you know what I'm saying. Large amounts of money turns people on people all the time.
Right.
But you know, it kind of burned me that him and Unc went out the way they did. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that that hit me on an emotional level.
Just that one scene, like you said, I'm free. That was the emotional point. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because I got it in that moment. I got why. Like, even though we don't know, they did a 3-year time jump. We don't know what happened in those 3 years. You know, they kind of hinted at some stuff in the conversation. But, you know, it's nothing like seeing it actually play out or whatever. But
so did he replace one addiction with another?
Man, when he first took that first drink, and I know he hadn't been drinking the whole show, I was like, nah, this ain't good. And the genius thing about it is the way the cinematography was, like the way they angled the cameras when he took that first sip was like, you notice, you know what I'm saying, some shit about to happen behind
It changed him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were outstanding with capturing that visual and that particular like mood and moment. It's just very dope, very dope.
And that was very intentional, the way they shot that. They told us where it was going.
Right. And you being an editor could see like the storyline progress.
Rank, pulling rank on these fools. Holla at me.
All right. I thought we was gonna argue way more about this, man.
Oh yeah.
But I agree with you on some stuff. I get where you're coming from. And like I say, in like some smart part of my brain, I totally, you know what I'm saying, I can ride with that. But my emotional side is overpowering that shit at some point.
So a point I saw on Twitter, everybody in that show lost everything.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And that's very realistic. Yeah.
Huh?
That's a very realistic thing. Well, Leon didn't lose. Leon lost a piece of himself, like when he killed that kid on accident.
Oh, you're right.
There were some things he
lost.
lost.
He lost his woman.
Yeah. Well, wait. Wanda?
She was in Africa. He was back in the States.
But he didn't say she was.
Like he asked him about Wanda. He was like, "Oh man, she doing the music thing and some other stuff."
Yeah, he just said marriage is difficult, but he didn't say it was like done.
We know what that means. We know what they was hitting at least.
Yeah, but you know, people, you can come back from that. I mean, if he came back, if he was able to marry her, bruh, after that, the crack years, which was rough, nigga. Like that scene where they was sitting there and what was the nigga name that was taking over the projects after Leon left, and he was over there talking about.
I forgot his name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and they was just roasting him about her being a, you know, the game that hit it type shit, and he like, oh, you left with a crackhead that came home with a wife. Like that got to be a terrible. I don't know how that feel. I wouldn't know.
You got to remember, Franklin did that to him too.
He did.
Walking in the alley.
Yeah, he did.
Like the first love and did the crack smoking thing.
Right.
And you got to remember, Jerome Louis was off that ish.
Yeah.
She gave up one addiction for another. Hers was power.
All right, hats off to the crew, man. Everybody that made that shit possible. I think that shit gonna be a legendary show. People gonna be going back and forth on that one for years and years.
Hey man, we gotta put something up. Where do we rank that show now? Like,
right.
Does it?
Do you watch the hood shows, KB? Do you seen The Wire? You seen The Corner? You seen what?
Not in a minute. I watched The Wire back in the day, nigga. How old is that? I was little when I watched that. Teenager probably, but yeah, I watched that back in the day.
So you don't have
no
rankings
movies
and shit like that?
Nah. TV shows? Nah, I really don't. I can't get into too many TV shows. I never have been able to.
Nah, but this is different. This is a different, like, sort of TV show. This shit is embedded in, like...
I'm just talking about the time it takes to watch them. Like, I never really been down for, like, long series and shit like that, really. So...
All right, back to you, Scotty.
Oh yeah, it ain't like I ain't been here the whole time, nigga. I've been chilling, nigga. I'm on vacation right now.
This nigga is crazy. So what are you ranking? So is Breaking Bad in that? Breaking Bad was outstanding, bro.
Breaking Bad was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Breaking Bad,
this nigga said Breaking Bad was pretty good.
Breaking Bad of the first few seasons of Game of Thrones.
I never watched Game of
Thrones.
So Breaking Bad number one.
Let's keep it to the drug.
Better Call Saul is dope.
Let's keep it to the drug
Ozark
shit.
is pretty good.
Ozark is good.
Ozark still ain't messing with the writing in Ozark doesn't compete.
With Snowfall?
No, the writing in Ozark is very straightforward.
They had a little, they had a couple twists and turns and shit.
I think Kanan, the first series of Kanan, is the last one I really watched. The Power of Kanan, the Book of Kanan. That shit was dope as fuck. That's the last one I really watched.
Pooh told me to watch Power, bro, and I couldn't power through the first episode. So,
well, you got to give it a couple to see could they get their foot.
Nah, man. If it's like, man, if you taste some shit and it tastes like shit, you gonna keep eating that shit until it don't taste like shit no more? Nah, man.
Apples and oranges.
I know. I went extreme, nigga.
I was gonna have an argument, but like if we comparing it to actually eating shit,
I went all the way.
Do that.
I went all the way left. With that shit.
I'm not gonna eat shit continuously.
Why I jump out the window like that? But I don't know, man.
All right, guess you're right, man.
Can't argue with that. I might try it again, man, at some point if I'm just in the mood for like some B.
The Book of Kanan is the only one of Power that I watched, but actually was super dope, bro.
I've been hearing about the Book of Kanan, but I can't watch that shit until I can get through Power. So hopefully I'll have the power one day to muster through those episodes. I know I got the puns.
Anybody been on that new Woo show? I haven't, but
Daddy with all these dad jokes.
Right. Word up.
Anybody been on that Wu-Tang show?
We got to catch back up to it. We seen the first 2 seasons, and then
it was raw though.
Yeah, of course. I fucks with it heavy. I just haven't finished it.
That's in my top 10.
I mean, of course, because it's about war. Really, the way they produced it, directed, acted, it was really fire.
It's just hip hop, man, and it's life shit. And I don't know, man. It's dope to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, in the last season they had like 2 or 3 allegories. Man,
I heard about those, man. So I'm gonna sit down one day with Pooh and we gonna check that one out. We got.
What's the last hip hop anthology y'all? Probably the Get Down a few years ago. Y'all remember the Get Down?
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing.
That shit was dope to me because I tell you what, I learned more hip hop history probably through that than as much as any research I had or niggas telling me.
Really?
From the Get Down? Yeah, because the stuff I took from that, I would take to niggas and be like, well, I saw this in the Get Down. Like, yeah, that's how it was, bro. Shit like that. Because you know that shit from like, what, the 80s? Where that Cool Herc was the
like
big
late
nigga.
70s.
Yeah. So it's from the old school. I didn't know nothing about none of that shit. And it was about the politics and all that other shit. But I felt like I got a hip-hop education watching that show.
All right.
That's what I felt like.
More power to you.
But I feel like politics was the birth of hip hop.
That makes sense to me.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that shit. That was good. That makes sense to me.
I think you just shut him up for once.
Yeah, when he made a good point.
I'm done.
When niggas make good points, I ain't gotta just argue with them.
You a lie, nigga. You a goddamn lie.
Nigga, somebody made a good point on this motherfucker for once.
Look, like it's the old school. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. Remember the old parents used to say that shit?
I ain't a lie. The devil is a lie, not me.
All right. Well, Louie will tell you like she told Franklin. You must be the devil then, nigga.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
All right, what else we got, yo? Anything else? What's on you niggas' brains? Pause. That sounded raggedy.
Y'all, we can talk about the draft.
The draft.
NFL draft.
Oh, shit. That's y'all, man.
You know, I'm a big Raider fan, man. I'm for once in several years, like, and actually happy that we selected players that made sense in the first and second round, bro. Like, we done had so many regimes, bro. You looking at these picks like, huh? Who? What's your team, bro? Is the Bears or what?
Oh, yeah, it's the Bears, man.
Okay. Hey, no, yeah, y'all good. Y'all was already good because y'all already got all kind of draft capital from sucking last year. But you believe in Justin Fields, though, or what? you believe in Justin Fields, bro, or what?
The Khalil Mack stuff paying off.
Hey, we got Josh Jacobs with the pick we got from Khalil Mack, so we all right too, bro. And he with the Chargers, and they still suck. So that's cool with me.
And let me say thank you again.
It's all good. So,
yeah,
we can bond on Khalil Mack not being the truth.
He on
that's
the phone,
cool.
bro. He can't argue with you. Like, let him finish his point. When you start talking over him, I can't hear him on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was you saying?
No, I was saying thank you for the Khalil Mack years, because he a Raider fan.
Yeah, and I was agreeing with it. That's what I thought.
I know, but when you agree on top of him, people can't hear the shit.
It's just too loud. I'm agreeing too loud.
Nah, if he was here, it would be totally different.
Right,
I don't want to do this on air, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So at the end of the day, bro, do you believe in Justin Fields? Was my original question or my second question. Did you believe in him?
Yes.
All right. I think he's pretty raw too. I'll tell you this: the Chicago Bears, when he played at Legion last year, bro, that's the most opposing fans I had ever seen at a Raiders stadium ever, bro. Chicago came through representing. And then we lost. But anyways, that's all good. But yeah, as far as the draft goes, shout out to the Texans, bro. They came through and to pick second and third. Bro, they went crazy. You said who?
Philadelphia drafted half of Georgia's team.
Right. Hey, you might as well draft some champions, bro. Why not? You feel me? Who else went crazy? Really, that's the only team that went crazy to me was the Texans. And then who else? The Cardinals. The Cardinals was whipping all over the place, bro. They did some pretty good shit on the first day.
What about what's his name?
Will Levis, yeah, bro. It's always one of them niggas who's sitting there in the green room all day with their fly-ass suit on and don't get paid. That shit fucked up. You could tell he had that suit specially made, too. He was ready. Nobody picked me.
Rolling her eyes because every call he got was, man, we ain't gonna need to take you, fam.
Right. Who the last shit? I'm thinking like Geno Smith, like fucking Brady Quinn, like them type of cats, bro. Like he in that category. None of them really made it. I guess Geno kind of making it right now, but I don't know, bro.
Right.
I don't know, but yeah, the NFL draft is cool. It's so many players and so many rounds, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of get lost in that motherfucker. Like the NBA draft be like 40 players or 60 players and it's over. The NFL draft like what? 180, 200 players, 220 players.
Who getting Wembanyama this year? Ain't that nigga name? The French kid.
Wembanyama. Oh, for the NBA. That's basketball. Yeah.
Who you think getting the French kid? Who had the worst?
Whoever was terrible.
I think Houston, maybe. Houston had a terrible ass
record. You know who the coach of Houston? Your boy Ime Udoka. Udoku?
Udoki? I don't know, man. We butchering this nigga name.
Yeah.
Hey, he don't care. He out there getting it, bro.
We fucking this nigga name up. Yeah, but congrats to him for getting that position, man, that coaching position. Because, they tried to...
I don't care what job you at. You can't mess with the boss.
Yeah.
With the assistant boss's wife, bro.
True. But
my nigga get it in. You know what I'm saying?
On the other hand,
my nigga got the gun.
Yo, you think that shit? You think he's the only nigga did that shit? Like mad niggas is doing that shit. That shit is. And I don't mean like black niggas. I mean white niggas was doing that shit.
Somebody out there just smile.
Just don't say it. PSA. Smile all you want, white niggas. Yo, stop gassing me, nigga. You about to get me in cancel mode.
Oh, man.
You about to get me in cancellation mode.
Man. Okay, we got to get people something spicy because we're going to be off for a week or so, man.
What'd you say, Scotty?
Man, you canceled us for the first 5 minutes.
I know, right? I did. I've been doing my job then, man.
Hey, man.
I've been trying to turn it up. I've been trying to get like the spicy.
Find out if you see us next week and watch. You see us next week.
You gonna see us next week as long as let me stop.
Now remember.
Hey man, I'm gonna start being the Queen's Flip of this show. Next time I'm coming to Vegas, I'm gonna sit there with my shirt off.
Oh man, you gonna do the hubcap areolas and shit? Pause.
Hell no. Hubcap areolas.
Yo, this nigga Queen's Flip. Nah, I'm not even. But Queen's Flip crazy as hell, sitting on live TV with his shirt open like that.
Wait, who is that?
Hey man, Rick Ross empowering these
Podcasting.
niggas like Lizzo, empowering these females.
Right, body. We was just talking about that
Hey,
shit.
did
Me
Rick
and
Ross
David
do
was
that
talking
for
about
Big
the
Boy?
body
Is
body
Lizzo the Rick
positive.
Ross body image for the other gender?
I don't know.
Because I guarantee
You
you,
gotta
Rick
ask
Ross
the other
gave
gender.
niggas a lot of confidence. I guarantee you
Hey,
that.
man.
I done seen it, bro.
Listen, if a nigga getting confidence off another nigga, that's already a bad thing. In
Well,
my
he showed him
opinion.
all you need is tattoos and sunglasses and a beard, nigga, and you can pull it off. You gotta have tattoos, though, bro.
Can't no other man tell me what to pull off. Pause.
You can say pause damn near for any sentence, bro. This shit getting ridiculous.
No, ridiculous.
He
Pause.
says it sarcastically though. He know he don't need to say Paul. He says it sarcastically.
I know he like
I
he.
know, I'm just
If you
calling
don't know
it
this,
out.
but all of this
calling
time,
it out.
man.
I'm just calling it out.
Yo,
man.
man. Big,
It's for entertainment purposes.
big pause. Big
It's
pause.
for entertainment purposes. Nigga.
Word up.
When LeBron,
I never
when
thought
LeBron
about
was
that.
out here
Lizzo is
chilling-
the Rick Ross of female body empowerment. I never
That's
thought of
funny.
it like that.
What was you saying, Scotty?
I was saying like we'll be out here when you was out here, we'd be like, man, that grass green as hell, Paul.
Oh shit.
I ain't like, what?
Sarcastically, like,
Why? Why you pausing?
I feel like everybody on this pod is secure enough in themselves. We know we don't need to say Paul.
Yeah,
but it's just
man.
fun.
It's funny, yo. Like, yeah, man. I'm getting tired of explaining that shit. Like niggas know I be
It's
jokey,
only
jokey,
entertainment.
jokey. I might not laugh when I say it, but that don't mean that it's not a fucking joke. I put it that way. All right. Ooh, that was nice. We're getting to hit our time.
That was a lot of snowfall. One day, I'm going to go back and listen to this and then watch that last episode and try to get the context.
You gotta watch the whole shit, yo. It's a good ass joke. I done put like 3 niggas onto that shit. Pause.
Pause.
It's never going to stop.
It's never dead. It's like the roach. The pause is like the roach, man. It's never dead. But yeah, I done put people onto that shit, man. And like, you know, I don't even know who put me onto that shit, but it's a very dope. Like, if you into like that type of shit, it's a very dope watch. A very dope watch.
Beautiful show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, so what you doing for the rest of the day, brother?
Man, I just finished golfing, so now I'm about to get in the shower. Figure out I might make some jambalaya or something and chill out, man. I'm on chill mode this weekend.
What
A
you
nigga
doing? What
went
you doing
golfing
that
and
course?
finna make jambalaya.
What you doing that
That's-
course?
That sound like a dream, nigga.
I don't even want to talk. Well,
Oh,
you
here
never
we
bring
go.
up
I know.
negativity.
Look, I call you out. What you doing on that course, though, nigga? How many
I
holes?
want Tiger Woods.
How many holes you hit? Pause.
Paul. Damn.
That don't gotta be a ball.
Straightforward.
That don't gotta be a ball.
And it's greens, and I hit 2 greens today in regulation. It was horrible out there.
Word.
Was that the weather, bro?
Oh shit. Oh shit, man. Y'all making my stomach hurt. I feel like I did sit-ups. All right, we gotta get out of here. We got another show right behind us, so we gotta be a little more responsible now. So, man, always dope talking to you, my brother, especially on this platform.
Get
and shit,
to
so.
tap in, man. Get to tap in. I'm gonna
Man,
have to
I
watch
appreciate y'all
Snowfall,
letting
man.
me in.
It's the quietest I've been on the show for years, bro.
Right, had him quiet.
I gotta watch it now so I can talk shit.
Thanks for the sponsorship too as well, Scotty Bono Productions.
Hey, shout
I
out.
want to make
man.
sure I do that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. All right, brother, we're going to do, you got announcements or anything? Social medias, all of that? Let's get into the social medias and shit.
Hey, man, I don't have any announcements, but you know what I always say, for the best cat videos and funny and memes, Scotty Bono on all socials. Scotty Bono,
say cat
SCOTTYBONO. Holla at your boy.
Word up.
All right, it's your boy K Bridges, K.Bridges. If you're writing it down on Google or any platforms, if you're looking at me on socials, it's K Bridges Live, all one thing, no underscores. And at the end of the day, appreciate y'all for tapping in. I got a lot of shit coming on the way, but I'll talk about it next time y'all see me. So, holla.
All right, tonight we got Radiate Culture Festival, Legends Never Dave. Live performances from Flowmont Experience, King Frequency, Leroy Chops, Lethal Rapping, Moon Ra, who else there? OT from the D, Vessel, Big Spoon on the decks. I'll be up in the building with a merch table with some stuff, so you can come through and grab a little bit of this and that. www.laronemc.com. That's LARONEMCEE. Next week, I won't be here because I'll be at the Fine Arts Festival at Symphony Park from like 9 to 4 or something like that. If you're in town, make sure you pull up on that. May 20th at the Sand Dollar, opening up for Homeboy Sandman. I think I got a 15 or 20-minute set.
Hey.
Make sure you check that. Jazz in the Park, May 27th. And I think I'm forgetting something, but we'll make sure I get some of that information.
Hey, LeBron out here making these moves, yo.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to make my folks proud, man.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas tune in, man. Get his tune in Vegas.
Yeah. Classic Omen on all streaming.
Changes on all streaming.
Worldwide Famine coming up in a couple of weeks.
Bang.
The Yoda Rock Laron MC project, it's like a 4 or 5 piece EP that's coming up in like a week or two as well. And then Vintage Recipes with me and M.E. Marcus Evans, a.k.a. Buff Blunts. That'll be coming out in a couple of weeks as well. So, man projects, man art shit coming out.
Yes, sir.
Fucking Barrel and Flow Festival in August. I'm going to keep blasting that because we're going to be in Pittsburgh for 3 days. August 12th through the 4th. 12th through the 13th, 14th, 15th, some shit like that. I make sure I hit y'all every week until that shit's coming up. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you're listening, make sure you fuck with us. Barrel and Flow Festival. Peace, power, respect. We'll catch y'all next week. Scotty, my nigga, I love you, brother. Peace.
Man, I love you too, brother.
Good to talk to you, bro, man.
K Bridge.